When did following the manual word-for-word cause total chaos? I found out during what became known as the Great Evacuation Disaster of 2018 at Fort Campbell. I was a specialist working as the safety NCO for our battalion headquarters building. My job was knowing every emergency procedure by heart. Fire drills, bomb threats, natural disasters. I had it all memorized from the 400-page emergency response manual. The trouble started during our quarterly fire drill. Captain Williams wanted everything done perfectly because the base commander was visiting next week. No shortcuts, no improvising. Follow the manual exactly. At 1400 hours, the fire alarm went off as planned. I grabbed my emergency checklist and started directing the evacuation. Building holds about 300 people across 4 floors. Should take 8 minutes according to the manual. Everything seemed normal until I reached step 12 of the evacuation procedure. Ensure all personnel exit through designated primary routes only. If primary route is blocked, wait for authorization before using secondary exits. That's when I noticed the problem. Construction crews had blocked the main entrance that morning to replace the concrete steps. Giant pile of broken concrete right in front of the doors. Completely impassable. But the manual was clear. Primary routes only. I started directing everyone back inside to wait for authorization to use the side exits. 300 people streaming back into a building during a fire drill. Staff Sergeant Davis saw what was happening. "Kyle, what the hell are you doing? The book says primary exits only," I replied. "Construction blocked the main entrance. Need authorization for secondary routes." "That's insane. Just use the side doors." "Can't do it, Sergeant. Manual says wait for authorization." "Who authorizes it? Building commander or higher?" "Where's the building commander?" "In a meeting downtown. Won't be back for 2 hours." "So you're going to keep 300 people trapped inside during a fire drill?" "Manual says primary routes only, Sergeant." This is where things went completely sideways. I'm standing in the lobby with my checklist, directing confused soldiers and civilians back upstairs while Dave frantically tries to reach someone with authority to approve alternate exits. The crowd started getting restless. People asking why we're going back inside during a fire alarm. Some started panicking, thinking there was an actual fire. Parents with kids in the building daycare started freaking out. Then the real fire department showed up. Automatic alarm had triggered their response. 5 fire trucks, ambulance, full emergency crew expecting to fight an actual blaze. Fire Chief Martinez walks up to me. "Son, why are there people still in the building?" I explained about the manual and waiting for authorization. He stared at me like I'd grown a second head. "Kid, in a real fire, everyone would be dead by now. Manual or no manual, you evacuate people through any available exit. But this isn't a real fire, Chief. It's a drill. Doesn't matter. The whole point of drills is to practice what you do in an emergency." His radio crackled. They were getting reports of people trapped inside, possible injuries from the panic. That's when Captain Williams showed up. He'd heard the commotion from his office across base. "Kyle, why is my building still full of people?" "Manual says primary exits only, sir. Need authorization for alternate routes." "You've got to be kidding me." The captain pushed past me, grabbed the PA microphone. "All personnel, evacuate immediately using any available exit. This is not a drill anymore." Took another 15 minutes to get everyone out safely. Fire department had to help direct traffic because people were so confused by the mixed signals. Some folks had minor injuries from getting pushed around in the chaos. The after-action review was brutal. Captain Williams made me explain my decision to 4 different commanders. Each one looked more incredulous than the last. Turns out there's a common sense clause in every military manual. Page 1, paragraph 3. These procedures should be modified as necessary to ensure personnel safety. I'd somehow missed that part in all my studying. 3 days later, new policy came down. Emergency coordinators now get training on when to deviate from written procedures. They call it the Williams Protocol, named after the captain who fixed my mess. The construction crew installed temporary steps within hours of the incident. Never again would the main entrance be blocked during business hours without advance notice to building safety personnel. Captain Williams kept that emergency checklist on his desk for months afterward. He'd show it to visiting officers as an example of why military judgment matters more than blind rule following. Last month, I made sergeant myself. First thing I did was update our emergency procedures to include decision-making guidelines for safety coordinators.